Please tell us about your meeting with the chairman.
It was lovely to see President Davidatsa after having had to meet him virtually twice last year. I'm very pleased that he made the trip to Geneva despite the challenging situation. We had a very good conversation about the future of IP around the world, the future of IP in his office, the future of IP in Georgia. And as Georgia is going to become the group coordinator for the Central Eastern European states as well as the Baltic states, how can we work together, not just for Georgia but also for the region? So it was really, really lovely to see him in person and talk about all these important things.
How would you evaluate cooperation with Sakpatenti as a representative of Georgia, a member state of WIPO?
Well, it's really a journey of evolution. And for the past few decades, IP all over the world, and including Georgia, has been on a journey from the periphery to the center. Because more and more countries are beginning to see IP not just from the legal perspective, but also seeing IP from its perspective as a catalyst for jobs, as a place, a way of attracting investments for enterprise growth, economic growth. But throughout this period, Georgia's cooperation with WIPO has been continually strengthened and made even more diverse. We consider Georgia as a very strong and reliable partner and really appreciate its constructive approach in not just the normative agenda, normative work, but also in the governance discussions in WIPO. Overall, Georgia has been an active player in helping us in WIPO and working other member states to shape the global IP ecosystem for the benefit of all. Once again, I also welcome the decision of Georgia to assume the role of the regional coordinator for the Central European and Baltic states for the second time in 2021, shortly after handling this task in 2017. And our cooperation with Georgia, as I said, has been rich, wide, broad. It covers all areas of IP. For example, I could start by mentioning that we have worked very closely with Georgia on IP education, focusing on all parts of the population, even young kids, building capacity of the small and medium enterprises and universities to not just protect their IP, but also commercialize their IP. And also in the area of IP enforcement, in training of building up training capabilities for their judges, the judiciary. And also we have very good cooperation in Sakpatenti in the protection of geographical indications. And Georgia is rich in many of these things, like the famous Kinzamarali wine, Borjomi mineral water, or the Mergelian cheese, where we also use Georgia's experience as a role model to build the capacity of other WIPO member states. And so let me just also thank Mr. Mindya Davidatsa for all his assistance and constant support to the work program activities of WIPO, and also to thank the Ambassador Maizuradze of Georgia to the United States in Geneva for his very constructive engagement with WIPO.
If you can tell us a bit about the future cooperation plans between WIPO and Sakpatenti.
Well, the training that's been part of the cooperation for the last few years will continue being a strong part of our collaboration. For example, we are going to continue working together to provide advanced training on trademarks, branding, helping the judiciary in Georgia to build their ecosystem around IP dispute settlement. President Davidatsa mentioned that he wants to focus very much on more advanced IP modules for university graduates. So we work with him on all of that things. And then we want to also broaden and strengthen dialogue with Georgia on its innovation performance and see how we can support Georgia to ramp up its innovation capacity using tools like the Global Innovation Index. But at the broadest level, we share a common vision that IP officers need to evolve beyond IP registries and IP regulators to being innovation agencies that help to build innovation ecosystems. And in this regard, we're trying to work with them to see how the work that we do for Sakpatenti will now help SMEs, innovators, creators in Georgia take their ideas to the market.